Right after the Vietnam War, there were many war veterans. Some of them were our fathers. And they went to the war, and they came back, and some of them came back harmed in different ways. So they had some place, I don't know which city it was in, but they had a little comedy relief. They hired a few comedians to come and speak to the war veterans. Very nice. One famous comedian was hired, and he was told, you have a 10-minute slot. He says, I got a million jokes to tell you. They said, you have 10 minutes, and that's it. Okay. He said, that's all you have to do is 10 minutes. Don't worry, you don't have to do any more. He says, you don't have to do any more. He gets up, and he starts speaking, and he's cracking joke after joke after joke, and they're loving it. They're rolling, they're on the floor. He's 10 minutes, then he's 20 minutes. Then he's 30 minutes, and they went crazy for it. They loved it. They gave him a standing ovation after he was done. And one officer calls over to him. He says, you only hired for 10 minutes? You only had to speak for 10 minutes? Why'd you do it for 30 minutes? He says, I got to tell you something. He says, when I got started, I saw that there were two veterans in the front row. And one guy was missing his left arm, and the other one was missing his right arm. So you know what they did? What they did is every time I told a good joke, the guy with the right arm would take his right arm, and the guy with the left arm would take his left arm, and they would make a clap together. So every time I did a good joke, they would clap, his arm and his arm. He says, the scene was so adorable. I kept having to crack jokes. I wanted to see it again and again. I crack a joke, boom. I crack a joke, boom. It was like so beautiful to watch. He says, I just could get going. I don't care what you pay me. I don't care how much you pay me. I don't care 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It was just such an experience to see two people realize that they can't do it by themselves, but together they can. And that's the way Hashem made the world. Exactly that way. You yourself you can't control the world. None of these events that I said is something that we could have had one iota of an impact. Nothing we could have thought, nothing we could have done, nothing we could have said. But if we think in a global mindset, if you think about clapping the hand of the person next to you, and if you think about clapping the hand of the rest of our community, or you think about clapping the hand of the rest of our nation, or the rest of our country, or the rest of our world, then we have an impact.